Good morning. We are starting out with some mostly cloudy skies, but things are cool and dry this morning. Some cloud cover. It is 54 degrees out there right now with north and west winds at 7 miles per hour. We're partly to mostly cloudy, but it's a dry start out there this morning as you head out to work. We're looking at temperatures about where they were yesterday at 54 degrees in Springfield, 52 in Monette, 54 degrees in Camdenton, and a pair of 5s at Lake of the Ozarks. We've got some dry roads as we head through the afternoon. Not expecting any weather hazards for you out there today. If you're waiting for a package, your package will be dry. We're looking at just some cloud cover with maybe a few sprinkles. That temperature up at 69 degrees. So a few more breaks in the clouds today. With that high in the middle and upper 60s. Overnight, some clouds and overnight lows in the middle 50s. A few more spotty showers possible east of Highway 65 tomorrow. We'll have those highs around 71 degrees. So a couple of spotty showers on on Wednesday. Still mostly cloudy, warmer on Thursday. We get those highs back in the middle 70s as we start to switch the pattern to a warmer and wetter one. So that comes in time for Memorial Day weekend. 84 degrees on Saturday with a couple of showers and storms possible. Some scattered showers and storms by Sunday and Monday. We might have some better coverage in storms with clouds. 79 degrees on Memorial Day this year, which is on Monday. We're looking at temperatures a little bit warmer than average. Our average for this time of year is 76 degrees. Lauren?
We start by putting crime into focus. After nearly 3 decades of court battles, a Missouri man is set to be executed tonight. Walter Barton has been convicted in the 1991 killing of 81-year-old Gladys Cooler in Ozark. She operated the motorhome park where Barton lived. On Friday, a federal judge granted Barton a 30-day stay of his execution. But Sunday, a U.S. appeals court vacated the stay, clearing the way for Barton to be put to death. In the last 27 years, Barton has been granted several change of venues, had 2 mistrials, ending with a total of 5 trials, and submitted several court appeals, all of which have been denied. A full timeline of Barton's trial and further details on the case can be found on OzarksFirst.com. In your news around the region, Missouri has lost tens of millions of dollars since the casinos have closed for the pandemic. Now that they are set to reopen in the coming weeks, they will see big changes. The plan is to open all 13 Missouri casinos on June 1st, with changes to keep the environment safe for workers and customers. There will be enhanced cleaning and attention to social distancing.
We will have social distancing by removing every other chair at the gaming tables. There will be some sort of protection for the dealers, and it's planned that every other slot machine will be closed down to create that distance.
Casino workers will have to wear masks. It's not decided if customers will have to. The Gaming Commission chairman says they're still deciding on the limited occupancy, but it will be lower than before. Around the world, at least 4 people have died and dozens more are injured after a massive earthquake rocks China. The U.S. Geological Survey officials measured it at 4.5 magnitude. The tremors causing some residential buildings to fall and damaging other properties. New COVID-19 cases are spiking in France following a decision to allow some of the country's schools to reopen. French health officials say the new cases are related to the schools' reopenings. The schools where the outbreaks are occurring have been closed once again. Officials have not said if the new cases are made up of students, faculty, or both. Protesters have clashed with police in Chile after a citywide lockdown in Santiago. Protesters launched rocks and burning pieces of wood at police officers in riot gear. The police retaliating with water cannons and tear gas. Local residents are said to have become enraged when told that there will be food shortages. The Chilean president is now pledging to send 2.5 million baskets of food and supplies directly to those in need within the coming week. Chile is reporting over 46,000 cases of coronavirus and nearly 500 deaths. In your news around America, more than 24 employees have tested positive for COVID-19 at a poultry processing plant in Texas. Roughly a dozen of the cases at Sanderson Farms have happened in the past week. The plant says they've been in touch with the state about the best way to deal with the outbreak moving forward. The plant is still in operation. A brush fire in Utah quickly consumed hundreds of acres of land and has destroyed at least one building. The fire is being called the Anderson Junction Fire. At least 20 homes were evacuated due to a fire danger. As of late last night, it was 0% contained. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. Also making news this morning, former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich can no longer practice law. The Illinois Supreme Court formally disbarring him on Monday. This ruling comes roughly 3 months after Blagojevich was released from prison. President Trump granting the former governor clemency for multiple crimes he was found guilty of back in 2010, including trying to sell then President-elect Barack Obama's U.S. Senate seat, amongst other corruption charges. Around the Ozarks, Honor Flight of the Ozarks has canceled all 2020 flights because of the coronavirus pandemic. The organization says flights will resume in 2021 with scheduled flights in May, August, and October. In addition, the annual fundraising gala and auction has been rescheduled to March of next year. According to the organization, they've flown over 2,100 veterans free of charge to their memorials in Washington, D.C. New this morning, many summer camps and recreational programs are currently deciding how and whether to reopen. Keller 10's Nija McDonald spoke to some local program directors and joins us now to explain what goes into making that decision. Nija, good morning.
Well, good morning, Lauren. Camp Barnabas, which serves people with special needs, says it made the tough decision to cancel its summer program early on. Now, Andrea Harp serves as director of marketing and says the group sought out advice from others like their board physician and director of health services. Harp says campers will be able to connect with staff virtually. She says she wants them to know they are not alone, even if camp looks different this year.
We're offering devotions, we're offering fun videos, while also being very cognizant of our audience. So we serve campers with special needs, and so they can't participate in a typical virtual camp experience. So we're being very careful to craft our entire experience around something that everyone can participate in some way or another.
Well, the nonprofit is currently asking anyone who's interested to visit their website and write a personalized letter to a camper. Harp says this is one more way to help lift the spirits of those campers during these uncertain times.
All right, thank you, Nija. Here's a look at what's coming up on CBS This Morning.
Coming up, we'll look at the risks associated with the controversial drug President Trump says he's taking to prevent COVID-19. Plus, an inside look at one airline's new measures to keep passengers safe. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
If you've been online at all this morning, you've probably noticed one of the top trends has to do with the University of Kentucky cheerleading team. 4 of the coaches at the University of Kentucky have been fired in association to hazing allegations. A 3-month internal investigation has resulted in them being fired, as well as allegations about some of the cheerleaders drinking on a retreat under the coach's watch. So you'll likely hear about that story today. And then also something that we woke up to this morning from Missouri State University. They called in the big guns and clearly called in a favor from Springfield's own Brad Pitt. Do we have time and do we have? Yes, there is this video. Let's scroll about halfway through. Not that we don't love Cliff Smart, but let's give us Brad Pitt here for a second.
Take it away. Hi, everyone. Brad here from quarantine with a shout out to the graduating class of Missouri State University. Yeah. Must be very strange doing this in these trying times, but no, we're rooting for you. Our money's on you to make this world a better place, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. So, you did it. You made it. Enjoy. Congrats again, and think big.
He's got the quarantine hair and beard going there.
That and the tan. I'm impressed that Cliff Smart got a hold of him because he looks like he's somewhere tropical, if I had to guess. So exciting for the class and congratulations once again. How are we looking out there today?
We'll be pretty similar to yesterday with some clouds and 60s.
Thanks for tuning in to Color 10 News Daybreak this morning. We'll see you back here at midday.